How you doing, folks? Welcome to my channel, Hiking, Exploring, and Bottle Collecting with Jen. I unpacked some more things today. I thought maybe you guys would be interested. Looks like I need some more light. Oh, there is the light. There we go. So, today I thought I would, I'm sorry about the video I posted last night. It wasn't the best. The one was cut short. I didn't realize the camera shut off. But what I was talking about was insulators. And the glass insulators. This one here was one of the first type out. And this was Canadian Pacific Railway Company. So this was ordered by the Canadian Pacific Railway. So you would have found these along the railway lines for the telegraph. And this was a one wire. Let's see the slot. The one wire one. And so was this one here. This is a larger one, but it's also one wire. So along the railway, back like say 1900, you would have seen each pole would have had 2 rows, probably 8 of these, or sometimes 3 rows, 12 of them. You'll notice a little white chip there. That's not a chip, that's a stone inside the glass. And there's several stones in here. These were made at the end of the day. So the glass companies would have made their bottles and other stuff. At the end of the day, they would have had glass left over, so they would have produced these. So you'll find all kinds of scrap in these. Anything that was on the floor, anything that was there. That's another one. Canadian Pacific Railway. You'll see air bubbles. Look at that. That's a massive air bubble in there. Yeah, these got anything in it. You can see stones and sand. So it was just a junk glass. This is another type. This is a little bit newer. This one here was made in the USA. So this one here was probably about 1910. Let's see, it's what is made in. This was Hemming Gray 19. And made in the USA. Also one wire. So you would have seen a pile of these, and then they came up with modern ones. Here we go. This is a newer model. This would have held the 3 wires. One here, one there, one there. This one's not worth as much yet. This would have been maybe 1940s. Took the place of 3 of these, just one of those. So, cost cutting. So, I was talking, I believe, I was talking about my bottles last night. There's another one here. This is looks like a little sunburnt. Little bottle there. It's about 4 inches tall with 2 dots on the bottom. You can actually research these. If you go online, you can research what the dots and what the different signs mean on the base of the bottles. It takes a little hunting. This one here is a cork top, and it has a diamond with a D in the center. So that's Dominion glass, and it was made in Canada. So, another thing I collect are crown jars. I got all kinds of these. Like this one here, it's a quart. And it says in here, improved imperial quart. This one here, it just says crown. So this is actually an older one. Of course, it has the clear glass, so the tops don't match. So when I'm out bottle collecting, I like to save all the caps that I find matched up with bottles. But what I was going to tell you about these, if you collect crown jars, what makes these valuable is the dots around the crown. You'll find that some of these jars don't even have dots around the crown. Some do. And see, this one here is made by Dominion Glass. This is a larger one. And this just says crown. So you compare two. This is definitely older. The larger one has got no improved. And it has 20 written on the bottom. So that was probably made in 1920. The later ones will have like 1930, 1940, 1935 will have the year on it was made. The older ones don't. And like always, I like finding the stuff with the odd balls to them. It's got a huge air pocket. There's another one here. So this was probably made at the end of the day. And the crown is a lot different than some of the other ones. So I also collect the ball jars. A lot of these were American. This is Ball Perfect Mason. It doesn't have the aluminum cap with, this is supposed to have the aluminum cap with the ceramic in the center. I do not have one. So if anybody knows where I can get one, please let me know. And I like these ones. I got several ball wire top. Nice part. So this is a newer model. People think that the wire tops were before the screw tops, but no. These came out about the same time as a lot of the ball jars, but it was just a different gimmick. This here's got Acme, so chances are this was probably coffee in it or sugar came in it, and it was a promotional bottle because during the 1930s there wasn't a lot of money. So if you wanted to sell a product, you gave the customer something extra. So in this case, they would get a canning jar. I do have one that says coffee on it. Right now I have pickled beets in it, so I want to show it to you when I'm using it. And I was going to talk to you about, where'd it go? Oh crap, hang on. You guys go to the boot sales. See this nice print? Get a good look at it. Now, I asked you guys, does anyone know if this is a print or an actual photograph? This is an actual photograph. It's 1904, and it was made by J.I. Austin, and this is called The Reaper. But it's an actual photograph of actual girls, and what he did was he colored it in. So it's a photograph, and then he used watercolor to paint the colors that you see. Now, if you go to a boot sale or a garage sale, it's a garage sale in Canada and it's a boot sale over in the UK, take a look. These, you'll see a box full of old prints and stuff. Take a look through the boxes. You can find things like this. And I got this for a couple bucks at a garage sale. As it turns out, when I did a bit of research on it, it is actually worth a couple $100 because it's has a name and everything. But see, I had to pry the back off, and the name was inside, and it's the Reaper 1904. So just a little hint: if you're out and about, garage sales, boot sales, auctions, take a look in these things, because you might not find $1 million, but you can turn $2 into a couple $100. I'm not selling this, mind you, but it's definitely something to keep your eyes out, keep your eyes open, and not every box that you see in a garage sale or boot sale or even a flea market has junk in it. So there's that. And then another thing I was going to talk to you about, I wish I had saved this painted, but this is salt glazed milk pitcher, and it's about 1880, possibly older. I'm still doing some research on it, but what someone had did was, I guess they felt crafty, and they painted it, and then they put a nice farm scene on it, and they had it on display. Well, by the time I found it, the paint was all scratched and it looked like hell. But I looked inside and I could see that there was a glaze in there. So I took it home and I started stripping off the paint. You'll notice along the edges, there's still some paint in there. I got to finish cleaning that out. But again, I got this for 25 cents at a garage sale. You go online or look at a flea market or an antique shop, you'll probably pay close to $100 for this. So it pays to keep your eyes open. Sometimes you'll get an item that's worth 25 cents. Sometimes you'll get an item that's worth $200, $75, whatever the case would be. But keep your eyes peeled, especially you young collectors. Because you're at the right age to pick up something and hold on to it for a couple years till it's worth money. So I think, folks, again, I'm sorry about the video I posted last night. It was terrible. I wanted to get out some of my collection. Oh, I guess I could do these too while I'm at it. Sorry. Another thing is when you go to a flea market or house clearance sale or whatever, you'll find this stuff. And this is aromatic spirits of ammonia. So this would have been for, you see, you put a half teaspoon in water, repeat 15 minutes if necessary, by Johnson & Johnson Limited. So you'll probably find these bottles when you're digging, the caps and everything, but this has the label on it. And I got this at a garage sale. It was at an older lady, I guess she was going in a nursing home and she was clearing out her house. And I've seen these, I got them, I got 4 or 5 of these for a couple cents, 25 cents. Here's another one. And this is oil polish. So this was your furniture polish. And it has the label. And again, there's just a little bit left in it. So, you know, go to these sales, go to a garage sale, go to house clearance, auctions, take a look around, and not only will you make some good deals, you can make some money. Now this is a milk bottle that I had. Needs to be cleaned out. This is from Cousin's Dairy, and let's see if you got that. It's right in there. And this would be like 1920s dairy. Like I told you before, anything that's written in the glass is before the Second World War. So this could be 1920s, could be even as late as 1930s. Now this is 1940s. Same style basically, but this would have had a paper label and this was engraved in the glass. And like I said before, this costs money to put your name in it. Every time you want to change the die, it costs money. So by the Second World War, there wasn't a lot of money, so paper was better. That's why these bottles all have paper labels. It's also a good way to date things too. And then another thing you keep your eyes open for is these lids. Now I got a whole box of these lids for $5 or $6, and I used them in my bottles, in my milk bottles. I'm sure it wasn't the same dairy, but there's no name on the bottle, so why not? And like I said, this was 1950s, and this was 1960s. This is what I had as a kid. I'm dating myself. Yeah, I was a 1960s kid. I wasn't a flower child, though. Okay, so that's a little bit more unpacked. So thank you for watching. Take care. Don't forget to click and subscribe. And I'll have more information, more bottles yet to come. And if there's something you want me to show, drop me a line in the comment box. I collect just about everything from stamps, postcards, old photos. I collect everything, old furniture. I'm going to do a video on my gramophone. And so take care. Click and subscribe, and I'll be back again. Thank you.